Our Second Amendment rights. A 360 view from my perspective. First thing, let's get something straight. I'm a true blue, born in America, patriot. With that said, it is my opinion that our Second Amendment rights were taken away from us well over 100 years ago. The direction of gun rights is, to say the least, ass backwards. Gun legislation should be going in the other direction. Listen and I'll explain. I'll keep this simple enough that any American citizen, including politicians, can understand where I'm coming from and can't deny my point. In a nutshell, it's a war of stones versus arrows. At present day, the average gun owner has as much chance of defending himself, his family, and his country against a tyrannical element as he would be if he were throwing stones against an army equipped with bows and arrows, and I don't believe our forefathers intended for it to be this way. Interpreting the people's Second Amendment rights, plain and simple, our forefathers looked far enough ahead to the future to realize that the citizens of the newly formed United States of America might need at some point weapons to defend themselves from invading enemies, but just as importantly, from domestic tyranny, should that condition arise. Thus the words foreign and domestic from our Second Amendment rights statement. It is my firm belief that our forefathers intended for all law-abiding citizens to be able to own, be in possession of, be knowledgeable as to the operation of, and be willing and able to use those weapons equivalent to today's military forces to defend our liberties. Again, otherwise we might as well just be throwing stones. In closing, I know the line has to be drawn as to what type of weapons we as Americans should be entitled to, but it doesn't start with taking away gun rights. It should start with giving back those rights. I believe Americans should at least be able to own fully automatic weapons, and not with all the taxes and high costs associated with the attempts to prohibit the average citizen from owning one. The Second Amendment rights issues are backwards, and we as Americans should stand together and turn gun legislation in the right direction. Remember, this country was intended to be based on the concept of we the people, not we the government, and certainly not we the corporations. It's about time for our politicians to hear the people and do what it takes to defend our liberties. God bless America.